Hello, welcome to the Owatonna Today Show. I am your host, Francy Hall, and today we've got with us some guests from the Humane Society. A couple of them are cute and furry, and we've also then got an update from OPU, Owatonna Public Utilities, on their building open house and some other things that we want to talk about. First, we're going to visit here with Cathy in a minute. We'd like to thank our sponsors, and let's hear a word from those sponsors before we get to our conversation with the Humane Society. Stick with us.
I'm Dan Branstead of Carlson Branstead & Company, Certified Public Accountants. We support the Owatonna Today Show.
Owatonna Public Utilities, real people, real reliable, real progress. Making life a little easier day after day, taking pride in our community, listening to what you say, a voice you can talk to. We're growing with you in mind in everything we do. Owatonna Public Utilities.
Greetings from the Steele County Historical Society. We invite you to visit us and enjoy your county's history at the History Center and Village of Yesteryear. For current exhibits and events, check our website, www.steelehistorymuseum.org.
Welcome back. We are here with Cathy Lindekugel, longtime Steele County Humane Society volunteer, and two cute little guests. So let's introduce everybody to these two who are available for adoption.
This is Franklin, and this is Tina.
Oh my goodness!
I can't remember now if they're 7 or 8 weeks old.
But ready for adoption any day now.
Yeah, pretty quick. Not quite yet, but pretty soon.
Mama's still nursing.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know that they need to, but they do a little bit.
Sure. And there are two others that are available for adoption with this same litter.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, one of them is another black and white tuxedo, and the other one looks totally different. She's a tabby.
Oh, really? Brown tabby, black tabby?
Yeah, brown
tabby. Okay.
Yeah.
And Mama also will be available for adoption when she's, okay.
Yep,
Great.
Mama's a tabby as well.
Oh my goodness, look at these two. So in case you don't know, I also volunteer with Humane Society, and I love kitty cats. These kitties aren't loving me too much because they're
just a little scared.
Who are you? But we're here to talk about a couple things. One, certainly these two beauties who are available for adoption, and you can see they're really calm and really sweet. And they love to be held. So does their mama, I hear.
Yep, she does.
And we're also talking about the upcoming fundraiser, the golf event, right?
Yep, it is For the Paws golf tournament. The third annual For the Paws, hosted by Reggie's Brewhouse in downtown Owatonna. He helps put it on every year.
Thank you so much to the good folks at Reggie's Brewhouse for doing that. And the golf tournament is taking place
at Brooktree Golf Course this Saturday. The shotgun start is at 11 a.m. And we have this year hole-in-one contest, which we're really excited about. Owatonna Ford is sponsoring a new car if anybody can actually hit hole-in-one. So it's a 2014 Ford Focus.
Nice.
So anybody who wants to come out and give it a shot to win a new car, that will be there.
First of all, to do it, you'd have to get a hole-in-one, which is super neat anyway. I mean, if you get a hole-in-one, that's awesome. But then you get a new car to go with it. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And so what this event is, again, it's this Saturday, and it's from 1 to
11. Well, the shotgun start is at 11. The time it goes until it's over, which is usually, I think, around 4. And after that, we go back to Reggie's Brewhouse, and we have a silent auction that'll be going on until 8.
Wonderful. How many items are going to be available for the silent auction? Do we know?
I haven't counted, but there's quite a few. I have my little list here. There's a lot of gift certificates. So if you like gift certificates, come on down. We have Wild About Hair, Taste of the Big Apple, Grace's, Spare Time Entertainment, Godfather's, Turtle Creek, The Colonel, Wenzel Lawn Mowing and Plowing, Great Clips, the Pit Stop Quick Lube, Holiday Inn, and some water park passes, and that's just a few.
A lot of really
Yeah.
useful, fun things
Yep.
that people can use all the time. So those would be great.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
you're
we're
gonna
really excited.
Use most of those things or spend money on most of those things.
Yep.
Anyway, you might as well try and support the Humane Society while doing it. So go to Reggie's Brewhouse after the tournament, which is sometime
Actually,
after 4.
I think you can go actually anytime, but of course you'll want to go towards the end because there's the last minute people who
no,
swoop
go
in.
early and bid them up.
And bid 'em up,
This
yeah.
This is
Yeah.
about raising funds, right?
But if you really want it, then come back at the end.
How many people can sign up to be in the tournament, and are the teams, what size are the teams? And
They're a 4-person team, and so we still can take some teams this week. Technically, sign up was over on Saturday, but we're not going to turn anybody away. If anybody wants to come in and try
Golf for a
that
good cause.
golf for a good cause and try for that hole-in-one.
and that car.
And the car.
Oh, yeah.
So, and also we're going to have Pet Adoption Day out there. We have a tent that'll be set up. I don't really know much about golf, but there's going to be a tent set up kind of below where the parking area is. And we're going to have some dogs out there, some puppies.
Puppies, any
that we
kitties?
have. Hard to say. You know, a lot of that will depend on the weather because if it's real cold and windy, cats
Sure.
don't really like all that.
We're all about caring about the animals,
Yeah.
so we're not going to, put them in a situation where they're, uncomfortable or in any kind of danger or anything. And probably it will be switching out the animals because they probably won't have animals that will be there for that whole
Yeah.
period of time.
The
But
puppies will probably be okay out there because they're going to love all the attention.
Sure.
The adult dogs may be a little iffy.
So if you're looking for adopting, even if you don't want to come golfing, you could go to Brooktree. It's Brooktree.
Brooktree Golf Course.
From 11 o'clock on, and
Yep.
look for an animal to enrich your life.
Absolutely.
Right?
You just might meet your new best friend.
Oh, exactly. Oh, look at them. And so also volunteering is something we should talk about. We're raising funds
Yep.
for what? The medical attention that the cats
Yeah.
and dogs need.
All of our animals are completely vetted before being adopted. That means any medical issues they may have are taken care of. They all have their shots. They're all spay and neutered. Cats, ear mites, dog heartworm tested, feline leukemia tested, and all that's all taken care of. So when we raise funds, that's what the majority of it is for. And then any miscellaneous things that might happen. I know this week we have a dog who has a hernia that needs to be repaired. So, For the Paws is a good way to raise funds for that surgery because that's something that we wouldn't normally have.
Right. Every single animal that you adopt from the Humane Society is going to be a healthy, well-vetted pet that you're not going to be surprised by, Sometimes, some people I know that they go to the parking lot places where people are selling their dogs that
Yeah.
are supposedly, purebreds or whatever. Folks, you just never end up in a good situation when you do that. You don't want to support backyard breeders. But if you adopt from the Humane Society, you're saving a life and you're getting a pet that, has been well cared for and vetted, which is really great.
Yep.
Unless, of course, they're an animal that does have some other issues. Like I have one of the cats, he had seizures, and I just ended up adopting him because he's adorable.
Yeah.
And it's like 1/2 a pill a day. It's not a big deal at all. But you would know about that in advance if you
Right.
were going to adopt because they've fully vetted them. And volunteering is something that we need. That's one of the things, the money that you raise for this goes completely to the animal care.
Right.
Because it's all volunteer run, right?
Right, absolutely.
And so volunteers are needed to care for the animals. You want to tell us about volunteering for the Humane Society?
Well, one thing we always need is foster homes for dogs and cats, kittens, puppies. We take all these animals into our homes and care for them
your
until they're
hearts.
adopted. Yep. And so we're always looking for foster homes. I mean, literally, the more foster homes we have, the more animals we can save. It's really that simple.
That's exactly right. What happens if there aren't enough foster homes? We have to turn them away?
We have to turn people away.
And then they end up having to go to other places that...
Yeah. I think unfortunately they end up, doing maybe the buy and sell or going somewhere else, which is fine too, as long as it goes, to another animal rescue.
Sure.
We prefer not to do that, but I would prefer they did that over giving them away.
Yeah, never
on a
give
buy-sell.
away an animal. First of all, people don't value things that they don't actually invest in. I mean, that's it. If it's free, they kind of don't value it as much. And also, you want to make sure that if somebody can't afford to buy an animal, to pay for that animal, they probably can't afford to actually care for that animal either very well. So even if it's a nominal fee, if you've got kittens that you need to, that your mama cat's gotten pregnant, charge a little bit of money for it. It's just the better way to go.
And also, there's a lot of bad people out there. There just is. And when you give your animals away for free, you don't know
what they're
where
gonna be doing with them.
Yeah, we don't even like to talk about the things that happens.
But
animals.
we should. Some things that do happen is that they can be sold for testing purposes, right?
Yep.
But animal testing still occurs. It's very, very common still, unfortunately.
Yep.
And
dogs go to dog fighting rings, either to learn how to fight or they are used as bait dogs.
Yeah. So, don't
think-
give away your
yeah.
animals. You don't know who's actually going to be coming to get them, right?
That's exactly right.
Yes. And what else do we want to talk about Humane Society-wise? Certainly we want to focus on these two little guys because they are look how gentle. They're just sweet and calm and, oh, goodness.
Yep, they are these guys are
sweetie.
cute.
Oh, kisses.
Yep.
Oh, my gosh. These two are adorable. Now, how much does an animal, would these kitties cost to adopt?
These are going to be $150.
And is there a
and that's
discount for buying two?
Usually we work something out.
There's usually
Yes.
there can be a volume discount,
Yeah.
but remember that the money that you're spending on these animals is less than you would be paying if
Oh,
you
yeah.
had vetted them yourself. If you got these animals and you had to pay for that spay or neuter and all of the shots and everything else, it would cost you more money.
Absolutely,
So you're
yep.
saving money and saving a life. It's really awesome.
Or
that
saving
way.
2 lives. You're going to
Or
save
saving
the one
2
that you
lives.
take out of our system and the one who gets to come in and take their place.
Oh my gosh! So 4 really, because if you adopt
Yeah.
these 2,
Yeah, you got it. Yep.
absolutely. Oh my goodness!
And if you're going to adopt a kitten, 2 is always.
It really is
better,
They
'cause they
need
can keep
time.
each other company.
We've got to go. I hate to leave. I hate to have you leave because I want them to stay with. We want you to stay with us as well. And so come back. We're going to be speaking to Jared from OPU, Owatonna Public Utilities, after a word from our sponsors.
Recreational fires are allowed within the Owatonna city limits. They must be contained within a fire pit or a device designed for such use and can be 3 feet in diameter and no more than 3 feet high. They must be 25 feet from a building or combustibles. Only untreated or unpainted woods must be used. Fires must be attended by a person at all times that are capable of extinguishing the fire. This has been a safety tip from the Owatonna Fire Department.
Hello, I'm Glenn Mager.
And I'm Michael Mager with the Brickmager Funeral Home and the Medford Funeral Home. At Brickmager, we are privileged to have served the families of Steele County community for 118 years.
Whether you choose traditional burial or cremation, we promise the tribute your loved one deserves with the peace of mind that you require.
We are proud to be part of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hi, this is Barry Gillespie, president of ERA Gillespie Real Estate, where our pledge is to save you money, save you time, and simplify your life. And we're proud supporters of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hello, I'm David Einhaus with the Owatonna Foundation. Thank you to all of our donors who have helped make Owatonna a better place to live. Will you join us today with a financial gift? Owatonna Foundation is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back. Thanks for joining us here on Channel 181 and on YouTube or the thirdhandvideo.com. We have been joined by Jared Hendricks with Owatonna Public Utilities, and they've got a couple neat things coming up in addition to the fact that summer's approaching and we want to talk about energy saving, saving you money, helping with the environment and all that good stuff. So thanks for joining us, Jared.
Thank you for having me.
I remembered his last name because he is a musician and his last name is Hendricks, so I just thought Jimi Hendrix. But so you do play though? You play electric
I do play
bass
electric bass and violin.
and
yes.
violin. And okay, so we won't talk about that right now, but I'm interested in that. So we're having an open house
Yes, we are.
at Owatonna Public Utilities.
So let's first start with, we're having an open house because we have our new office space. And our new office space was the old power plant building. And during the flood of 2010, September 2010, that building did flood out and permanently damaged much of the equipment inside that building. The community really wanted to keep the landmark building,
Absolutely,
though.
it is
and,
such a
And we
landmark.
really needed some more office space as well.
Perfect. So it was great. We could keep the building, have this gorgeous landmark, which is a historical landmark.
Yes, it is.
In Minnesota, and of course here in Owatonna. And so you put it to good use, and you kept the stacks, even though they're not used, but they're such an iconic
Yes,
feature.
definitely part of the look of the building is the smokestacks, the Owatonna Power Plant sign. That was recently refurbished to LED lights, where everything is more efficient in the new building
really?
as well. Yes.
Wow, so those lights are cost savings, and they're better for the environment in that regard.
Correct.
Okay, cool. And so when is this coming up?
So I'm gonna hold this up here in your May newsletter. In your bill, you will see this come out, and our open house is going to be on Thursday, June 18th, and it's going to go pretty much all day. We are going to have a dedication ceremony in the morning. I believe that's 9 o'clock here.
Yeah.
Yep, 9 o'clock. And then we'll have a ribbon cutting with that, a flag raising, it looks like. We'll be giving tours of the facility as well.
And I read that the tours are every hour and half hour.
On the hour and half hour, and we're discussing that we will have more if needed.
That's a lot of tours though, because it's between 9 a.m. and 7:30 or 7.
7 p.m.
9:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. and tours all day long.
Yes,
on
we
half
we
hour
really
and
hope to
hour.
have a wonderful turnout. The community has really shown its support of the new building. We've had a number of people come in asking when we're going to have an open house, when they can get tours of the facility. And so we really want to give everybody the opportunity. And we are always open until 7 p.m. on Thursdays. So for those customers who can't make our other business hours until 5 p.m. Monday through Wednesday or till 3:30 on Fridays, we are always open till 7 p.m. on Thursdays to help accommodate those customers.
I didn't know that.
Yep,
That's
so we
good
chose that
news.
day as well to make sure that we can fit everybody in that would like to come out and get a tour of the facility.
Sure, awesome. What am I going to see when I go to tour the facility?
What you're going to see is you're going to first come in and you're going to see our very large open atrium area in front of our customer service area. As you look up, you're going to see some things coming in the door if you come in off the parking lot.
Parking lot. Say that 10 times
Yes,
fast.
exactly. So you're going to look up immediately, you're going to see a crane, and then on your left-hand side, you're going to see some old boiler doors and some other artifacts from the power plant building that have been collected from over the years.
Cool. So it's almost like a little historical museum.
Absolutely.
In the atrium.
Well, this is going to be in the main hallway,
in the main
right
hall.
off the parking lot. When you go through the hallway towards the customer service, you're going to see this. As you walk into the atrium, if you look up, there's one of the original water tanks is above your head. It's not full of water, but it is.
That could be a rude awakening.
Yes, it could definitely be
Yeah.
a rude awakening. So that's one of the things that we've kept as well, and we've made sure to try to keep as many historic things as you can. If as you drive by, you see the new entrance that's been completed, and there's all the valve wheels that have been welded or bolted onto some of the catwalk floor grading. That's all been repurposed stuff from the original building.
This neat old historical stuff as decorative features and interest in the building.
Absolutely, to keep some of that history, to highlight on what the building was intended for, and then to use everything as a functional, as functionally as possible as well. You'll see those floor gratings are a common theme around the building for our railings around some of the hallways and over the not really catwalk, but kind of a hallway that goes over the atrium area.
honestly, I did not expect it to be that as interesting as he's describing. I mean, this sounds really neat. I definitely want to see this. That's
It
cool.
definitely is a building of beauty. It has a lot of historic components as well as a lot of modern components put into the design as well.
And I assume obviously very energy efficient.
Very energy efficient.
You are modeling what all of us should be thinking about, right?
Yes. So we have, thinking about energy efficiency, you're going to see some high efficiency fluorescent lighting in some of the hallways. You're also going to see some very high efficient LED lighting. If you look over the customer service area, our recessed cans in the main hallway as well as over our customer service area are LEDs. The lighting
are so much brighter now than they used to be.
They
so
are.
I'm surprised.
They're almost getting to the point where they're almost too bright in such a small area, and I think manufacturers will start to look at that. But that's speculation and off topic
well,
today.
these lights are LED in our studio, and I mean they can be blind.
They can be, but they do a phenomenal job, and you really get the nice white light that you want.
Yeah, that's so neat. And so tell us about some of the other stuff that we want to talk about, which is summer's approaching, the hot weather is approaching. We want to keep cool, but we also don't want to waste energy, and we want to save money. So what are the things that we need to be looking out for?
Well, there's a number of things to look out for. Obviously, as we come into summer, we're going to start to hear those air conditioners. I just cannot talk today.
You can't talk today. Air conditioners is what
I was going to say air compressors, but those two maybe. The air conditioners are going to start turning on here. One of the things to do is to turn your thermostat to a warmer setting when you're away from the home. So when you're away for 8 hours to work, turn your thermostat up a few degrees. If you turn your thermostat up for 8 degrees for 8 hours, you're going to save potentially about $65, $70 a year, depending upon the size of your home, the efficiency of your air conditioner. Obviously,
per year or per month?
Per year.
Per year, okay.
But the air conditioners have gotten so efficient that it costs a lot less to use air conditioning these days than it has in the past. And we do have very cheap electric rates in Owatonna compared to either of the coasts. We are very, very reasonably priced electric rates here in the Midwest.
We're so fair here in the Midwest. Question for you. You said that air conditioners are getting so much more efficient, but if we have an old air conditioner, we can buy a new one and we get
a rebate.
Rebate. So, and is that easy to do?
The big thing is go talk to a local HVAC contractor, your local heating and air guy, and have them get you a quote. They really do a wonderful job. Mine was installed by a local installer and did a phenomenal job. And our local installers know our rebate programs very well. They can help you work through all the paperwork to get your rebate, and they can help you with all of the questions you have. Most of them are very good at coming back and helping you do tune-ups later as well, which we also offer rebates on to make sure that unit's working efficiently for years to come.
I didn't know that. So for the tune-up that I want to do on my AC, I can get a rebate for that.
Yes.
What about, what are the rebates if I buy a new, average priced AC?
It really depends on the size and efficiency. So if you start with, most people are going to have an over 2-ton air conditioner. And then if you go and look on our website or go down to our lobby, there's a table that shows the SEER, which is the efficiency rating. And as you get to a higher and higher SEER, you get a larger and larger rebate.
What does that stand for? Is it SEER?
SEER, and it's Seasonal Energy Efficiency Rating.
Ah, okay. So we can look at those. Obviously, we want the highest SEER rating as we can get.
You want a higher SEER rating.
Right.
Yep. A lot of people are putting in 16, 17 SEER. You do need to have at least a 14.5 SEER to qualify for a rebate.
So if I've got a 14.5 SEER, what would I get as a rebate? Do you know?
I can't remember that number right off my top of my head, but I can look that up if you'd like.
Yeah, or you can just contact the OPU, which I'm sure the phone number and the information is going to be on our on your screen right now. Right?
Yep, you can call us, or you can go right onto our website at OwatonnaUtilities.com, and you can go to our rebate pages and find that information there as well.
Great. If you have one tip to tell people in the summertime about safety and savings, what's it going to be?
Safety and savings, well, I'm going to go with make sure that if there's an outage, because we just recently had a small one, that you don't directly connect a generator into your electric panel. That can be very dangerous for you as well as our linemen. For energy efficiency, remember to change your filter on your air conditioner regularly. The more plugged that filter gets, the harder the air conditioner works, and then you spend a little bit more money to keep your house cool.
And really quick, the hours of operation is really important, right? Because there are peak hours that cost more money, And it's also just a load on the system.
The peak hours in Owatonna are from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
So try and avoid doing things like washing things, using a lot of hot water and laundry and what else?
Anything that's electrically heavy, dishwashers, clothes washers, those type of things you take a lot of electricity, and on those really hot days, if you can avoid using them until after 7 p.m., it's going to help keep everybody's rates lower because it costs the utility a little bit more to purchase electricity during those times.
Okay. So if it costs you more, it costs me more. Okay. So we want to just make sure that between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. we're trying to use less electricity if possible, right? I think that's the note we're going to have to finish on because I think that's all the time we have, Jared.
Wonderful. Well, thank you very much for having me today.
Yeah, it's great to have you. Thank you so much. And don't forget that the Public Utilities has their tour on the 18th, 9:30 a.m. to
June
7 p.m. June 18th. All right. Thanks, Jared.
Thank you.
Stick with us after a word from our sponsors.
Amy Swain Hearing Centers is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show. I'm Dr. Amy Swain, and I want everyone to hear better.
Hello, I'm Sean McNulty.
And I'm Deb Gillard with Brookdale Senior Living, Sterling House, and Clarebridge of Owatonna.
And we are a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back. Thanks for being with us here on Channel 181 on YouTube or the thirdhandvideo.com. And it is once again time for our community announcements. We want to thank Jared for being with us, and remember that on June 18th from 9:30 until 7 p.m. there's an open house of the restored and improved Owatonna Public Utilities building. Upcoming blood donation opportunities: Thursday, May 14th, noon to 6, Friday, May 15th, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m., and that's at St. Joseph's Church on Elm Street. Remember that this Friday, the 15th, from 7 to 9 p.m. at the Historical Center, Steele County Historical Center, is the Building Hope for Homes fundraiser for Steele Wasika Habitat for Humanity. And also this Friday, Don Headinga's cancer benefit, the kids of the Alternative Learning Center are putting that on for him. That's May 15th from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Eagles. Cost is $8 in advance, $10 at the door. Kids 5 and under eat free. And remember this Friday also to look out, thank the kids who are downtown, cleaning up the downtown, cleaning up Central Park, doing their part to keep our community clean and beautiful. Now through May 31st, remember that the Orphanage Museum is having their online auction. And you can go to www.auctioncityonline.com to start bidding. The final bids will be May 31st, and then you can find out if you won. They've got dozens of really neat items. So go to auctioncityonline.com for that. Retrofit Companies is having their e-cycling collection Saturday, the 16th of this month from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Bring those old, computers, old TVs, old refrigerators that are taking up space and get them recycled. And finally, the 63rd annual Steele County Art Exhibit is going on now until the end of the month at the Art Center. So be sure to take part in that. And remember that this Saturday is also the Humane Society's golf tournament at Brook Tree. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope to see you again on Friday.